Alright, what's up people, this is SiTHFuRion, and right now we're going to be continuing on with Penny Dreadful. We're on episode 4, and it's called A Blade of Grass. Super uber quick like recap, because I just want to just get into this. Basically last episode, well not last episode, but we found out that the big bad like enemy of season 3 is Dracula, and he's actually Mr. Sweet. Man. He seemed like such a nice guy, and she seemed so happy around him, and man. Anyway, one of Dracula's little minions, he approached Vanessa while Vanessa was out on a date with Mr. Sweet, and he basically said that she's already met the master before and she will meet him again soon. They met when she was in like a white room or something, and so she ends up going back to the psychiatrist saying like, look, you need to put me under hypnosis. I think I've already met this master, and it must have happened when I was in like a white padded room back when I was put into like the whole institution and everything. What happened, I believe, in season 2, it was when she they were going back in flashbacks, like just after like Mina had died and everything, and her parents had actually had her committed. So I think it's that time period. But the big kind of takeaway from the end of the last episode is like Vanessa goes under hypnosis, and she's there in like the whole padded room, and John Clare, when he was alive, comes walking into the fucking room. Like, what? Like, man, I'm just so eager to get into this one. So let's do this, man. It's amazing, man, how someone can look so beautiful in one episode and then so scary in the next one. I still would though. To be honest, I still would. It's either green, like.
Why didn't you eat?
I wanted to die.
You were trying to starve yourself?
Yes.
Why did you want to die?
I was evil. Satan had touched me. And
Yes?
there was another.
Another demon?
Yes.
Who?
I don't remember.
Try.
Another demon.
If you don't eat, there'll be consequences.
Oh, force feeding her. I just thought that. It's savage, but if she's refusing to eat, like, wow. So fucked. It's really fucked up, but yet he's keeping her alive, you know? He's looking after her. And I'm pretty sure he's not enjoying it. I'm actually really liking this. This kind of like just one space, 2 characters.
I'll collapse.
No, you won't.
Bring me the food. Help me.
No.
What's the treatment tomorrow?
They call it hydrotherapy.
That's water, right? Yeah.
What?
Hand me the blanket, miss.
Why?
You're not supposed to have it. Hand me the blanket, miss.
So the fact that he gave it to her is like an act of kindness.
You're not sorry. Not at all.
Wow. now she's in a straitjacket. Oh my god. I'm actually loving this episode. I really am. And I hope it stays like this the whole episode. Just them two just... She just opens her mouth like...
Is it day or night?
Which do you prefer now?
Day.
Then it's day.
What's your name?
Against regulations, miss.
Oh, we ain't gonna know, are we?
Don't you like poetry?
No.
All the men I grew up with liked poetry.
I don't.
You will. I think we'll learn his name when John Clare learns it himself. You know what I mean?
I did this for my son when he was a baby. He's 8 now. He's not well. Cough, he has. We used a metal spoon at first, but it hurt his mouth, so we switched to a wooden one.
I'm surprised they have wooden spoons here.
I brought this one from home.
Oh!
What's your son's name?
That's...
Against regulations.
Yes, miss.
He really does care about it, doesn't he?
He must get better. Please?
Is he going to be the key that kind of pulls her out the hole?
And I do believe what you say about Lucifer. After all, I was there.
What?
Oh, my dear. We have so much to catch up on, do we not?
How? What?
Dr. Seward, stop this session now!
I can't, Vanessa. I've been trying.
What?
You won't come out. You won't wake up. I burned your hand with a cigarette. It didn't work. You've apparently gone into something called a fugue state. Look at me, Vanessa.
She has to play it out, innit?
You will come out of it. When you're at the heart of your trauma.
Yep.
When you've found what you're here for.
Yep, she has to play it out. Whew. So, he's not really Lucifer. So, because, wow, really? Because he was the only person that she saw, it was like in her mind she imprinted Lucifer onto him, you know? Okay, he's not really like connected to Lucifer and shit, but okay. For a moment there I thought, what the fuck? Maybe that's how he ends up dying, because at some point between now and the start of the show, he dies. You know, like, does he die here? Does Lucifer actually kill him? And that's when Victor like uses his body and so on and so on. Like, I love Eva Green, man. I really do.
I'm really not very good at this. It's the only one we had. Someone gave it to us when our son was born.
Wow.
Well, I have a little shadow. That goes in and out with me.
Like I said, he's a good guy. He really does care about her.
I'm sorry. One day, soon, no one will touch you when you don't want to be touched. Or put makeup on you. Or take it off. Ever again.
Hands down could be my favourite episode of the whole season so far.
I'm never getting out of here.
Of course you are.
What happened before is all that will ever happen to me. Every flower I smelled was my last flower. Every kiss. I've only been with one man.
That was Mina's husband, right? Or fiance. Okay. Well, he actually did hold out for a while. I don't think I could have held it out that long. Yeah. He did the right thing though. Like he can't really take advantage of her in the state that she's in. Yeah, of course.
So, why would the devil be interested in you?
I don't know. If you were Lucifer, why would you be interested in someone?
Well, that's easy.
Oh.
Because I love you.
Give me your name.
Your favorite is Lucifer.
Okay, so where and how does Dracula come into play then? If that's Lucifer.
And then we shall turn our eyes heavenward.
Yes.
And we shall smite the Heavenly Father from his bloody throne.
What? Okay.
I've long dreamt of this moment. To stand at your side, close enough to touch.
Give me your name.
You can read it on my tomb.
Who are you?
Who do you want me to be? Call him what he is. The father of beasts. So long it's been, brother.
Huh?
Not long enough, brother. Such is our power. Such is our kingdom. Such is my kiss.
Yes.
One kiss, and you're free of all this. They will lock you away in rooms like this. They will brand you a freak and a sorceress, but I won't.
What name do I whisper to you, beloved?
I am the demon.
It's Dracula, innit?
My name is Dracula.
So what, fucking Lucifer is scared of fucking Dracula?
Child, you have no sense of the terrors I will bring unto you.
Then do it.
And no hint of the horrors I can unleash unto you.
Wow.
Unleash them.
No step you take will be safe. Who are you to define me?
I am nothing. I am no more than a blade of grass.
That's cool.
You think you know evil? Here it stands.
How badass is she?
Well, why would the devil be interested in you?
We just saw basically the setup for this whole entire show. The whole setup for the battle and the war that we've been watching for like the last 2 seasons. Like,
Will you look at me?
oh wow. Did they really shave her head? Or was that a real good skull cap?
No, I mean, I'm leaving tomorrow.
What?
This job.
Oh, you have another.
No.
No, he just can't face it anymore, can he?
And I said it was the kind of ship used for exploring the seas. And he said, where do they explore, Father? And I told him, everywhere. The Orient, Peru, and even the frozen north. And he said, what's that, Father? And so I told him it was the places all covered with snow. And he said, do people live there? And I said, no, it's too cold and lonely all the time. No one lives there. And I started to cry.
Why?
Because I realised I was wrong. One person does live there, where it's cold and lonely all the time.
Wow.
So I attended my resignation. I'll stay on long enough to see you tomorrow. The last person you see before the surgery will be someone who loves you.
Wow. This episode has just been, and them two, just, oh my God, it's beautiful, man. Come out of it. I could do with the drink.
What do you remember?
Everything. You once said we name things so they don't frighten us. I'm not frightened. His name is Dracula.
Oof. Ooh, and that's how it ends. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like I said, hands down, my favourite episode of the whole entire season. Oh my God. Like, that to me is kind of like the definition of acting. You know, like you've probably seen it in like acting classes and stuff, where it's like you just have two people, an area, like maybe one or two chairs, and it's like, okay, here's your dialogue, here's your motive, here's your dialogue, here's your motive, go. And just sit back and just watch them go at it. That to me is acting. Just one location, one room, a chair, a bed, and two people, go. They were both outstanding in that episode, man. Just, I'm actually really lost for words on how good that episode was. So the guy, we don't know his name yet, but at some point between then and now, like then and now, but I mean then and when the show is set, he dies. And that's when Victor gets his body and turns him into the monster. And I guess we'll learn that as John Clare is discovering his past and going down his journey. One thing I will say though, is they set it up, a bit of dialogue between Vanessa and John Clare, like twice they did it, where she asked him, like, was it day or night? And he said, what would you prefer? And then she said, like, night, and then he says, well, it's night then. They set that up, they said it twice. I wouldn't be too surprised if at some point when Vanessa comes face to face with John Clare again, because now she says that she remembers everything, so she must know who he is. I could see them using that dialogue again. Especially if John Clare is trying to like recover his own memories and probably talking to her like he might remember that he was there, that this did happen. And so she says to him like, is it day or night? And he stops and pauses, and then he'll say like, what would you prefer? And it's at that moment, it's like they have that connection, like they both remember what's happened. If you see what I'm saying. If the show writers don't utilize that, that was a waste of like a setup, man. I can genuinely see that happening. I still was kind of like, I don't get it. Like I know that like Lucifer and Dracula were both fallen angels, right? But they referred to them as brothers. That's the first time I'm actually aware that Dracula and Lucifer were brothers. Do they mean it literally like they were brothers, or just because they were both fallen angels? I think that's it, right? But I still don't get why Lucifer was like cowering in the fucking corner. Like, because he basically says to me that like Dracula is more badass than Lucifer. But they did say like Satan is more after your soul, while Dracula is more after the flesh, and they're in the realm of the flesh. That they're in the world. So I guess Dracula has more power in the realm of flesh, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was just kind of taken back a little bit on how like there was two of them. And that reveal that he was fucking Satan though, I thought, what the fuck? I thought, shit, they're really gonna explore like fucking John Clare in this show, aren't they? But it was just, she was kind of projecting those visions onto him because he was the only person that she saw, right? Or was Lucifer and Dracula actually channeling through him to get to her? What then could possibly lead to his death? But all I do know is I want to binge watch the next one. Yeah, like I said, hands down my favorite episode. Just the acting, the setup, the dialogue, just everything about this episode was just beautiful. And so different as well, like a very kind of like, in a way, basically like a self-contained type of episode. Just so good. So good. I don't know, like I really want to, but there's other stuff I gotta film. Oh man, I might film like the next episode. But yeah, like fuck, so good. Give this video a thumb up if you like it. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and subscribe if you haven't already, man. All right, I've been SiTHFuRion. I'll catch you in the next one, man.